Good morning, Julie Gardner here. Hey, I don't know what time you're watching this, what state of the economy you're in, but I can probably guarantee you that you might need a couple extra $100 or $1,000, right? Um, in the current state that I'm in right now, there's several people in the country that are not getting paid. They're doing the work, but they're not getting paid. That is not cool. But it doesn't matter what's going on in the world historically, and things are cyclical. Um, we all need a side hustle. I mean, let's think about it. Now, some people have this much time for extra things, but do they? My grandmother had three little kids she took care of, and she had two jobs, and that's how it worked. My mom and dad, as they were raising us little rugrats, one went to work and it didn't pay all the bills. So he came in, she was going out, they high fived each other, and he took over kid duty, and she went out and worked. I think it was like a place they were taking bets for high lie. If y'all don't know about that, look that up. It's a Florida thing. But people need side hustles. And the side hustles are for the extras because I don't care if you make $1 million a year, some way, somehow we live. We will use up all of our salary. And then you're like, well, wait, I had a $400 emergency, $1,000 emergency. I need to get a dental root canal, or I need all four new tires for my car. Somebody was messing with my locked mailbox and I can't get in anymore. So I had to go to the post office, and I'm going to have to pay $20 because somebody was either trying to break into my mailbox, didn't understand which was theirs and which was mine. I don't know what happened, but I had to pay $20 because of someone's moronic life. Hey, let's go break people's stuff. But side hustles are so great because let's think about this too. Most side hustles can pay you about 20 to 50 to $100 an hour. That sounds good for me. Some people watching may only earn, $12 an hour or 15, 20, $30 an hour. Some of you are awesome and make $50 an hour. A great way to figure that out is you add up the numbers of hours worked. It's usually a 40-hour work week. Comes out to about 2,000 hours in a year. And then you can just divide out what you make, and ta-da, there's your number. Well, side hustles. So let's just talk about it because some of y'all are like, oh, I need some money right now today. First of all, you can't wait till you're out of money. Several of us are in America are one paycheck away to, oops, we don't have any money. And waiting for someone else to take care of you, well, that's not going to work either. First of all, I get a little panicky when there's a line. Like, is there going to be enough for me? So if I had to go through the food lines, I would be panicky. And then I'm also a little controlling. I talked to one girl. I used to work with her, and she went through the food box line, and she said, I got these currants, which are like raisins. And she was, I don't know what to do with them. You can have them. So she got a big old bag of currants. She was, I don't even know what to do with these things. So, but at least she shared instead of throwing them in the trash. But anyhow, so it takes money to make money. Let's talk about this. If you're going to plant a garden, you can't just go, I want a garden. You actually have to put seed in. To get a tomato plant, you actually have to put a tomato seed in. And usually one seed will generate maybe 5, 10, could eventually produce 100 tomatoes if you're good at it. Mine might only produce 4. That's not my gifting. And then if you think of a well, a water well. Now, hello, we are so urbanized in America, we might not know what that is. But that's a water that goes down into the ground, and you use this pump and it sucks up the water. But you can't just walk up to a dry well or to a well and go, okay, I'm going to pump it and get water out. No, you actually have to have a little bit of water, pour it down, and I don't know the physics, but it creates like a suction, and then ta-da, here comes all the water you want. So how do they do that when you go to the well? Well, part of the unspoken rule is you have to, when you're all done filling up whatever you need for water, you can water all your crops with the water, but you have to refill that bucket that's sitting there just so it can prime the pump the next time. So let's take that concept. You need a little bit of money to create a side hustle. And most side hustles cost between $100 to $1,000 to get started. Now, I'm not talking about real estate investing. I think that costs a little bit more than that. However, you have something. And part of having some money now, and you can't wait till, oh my gosh, I'm all broke. And you never want to spend all your money. Like, figure out a number that could be your minimum in your bank account or in your pocket, because hey, you always got to be able to catch a ride, or you got to always be able to grab a bite to eat. So maybe you need a minimum of 20 if it's currently zero. Somebody told me, oh, I only have $4.67 in the bank. And I just was like, oh, that's not my minimum. Thankfully, thank God, I have had a larger minimum than that, but that makes me crazy. So I want to speak to your minimum. Please increase it today. All right. Now, some of y'all live in fancy town, but you don't have any money in your pocket. So maybe we have a rich mindset, but we're living poorly in our reality of our bank account. What if for 1 month you cut off driving through the coffee drive-through at $8 a pop per day? Okay, hold on. I don't have my calculator out. Let me just do that math real quick. If you're going through the coffee line at, we'll just do $7 times 5 is 35 times 4. You're spending $140 a week or a month. I know that doesn't seem like much, but you can absolutely get started with the business with that. You can. All right. What if you have, okay, here's a simple fix. Oh my goodness, y'all. You can only watch one show at a time. Why do people have 5 streaming services going at the same time? We just recently had to change some things up because of the whole, like, we're going to charge you more for carrying our products. La, 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 la. Honestly, I could turn the whole thing off and be done, but we're going to wait till after football season. You don't need Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, HBO, the sports channel. Now, the sports channel is unique because that's not, you have to go to a bar and that probably costs you $50 to watch there. So, okay, that one's unique. I'll give you the sports channel. But all these movie channels, all these TV shows, just pick one and binge watch it. At my house, my husband has watched Frasier, King of Queens, and Friends at least 100 times every episode. If I had $1 for every time he spent, well, even better yet. So let's say those episodes are an hour long. I think they're only 30 minutes. But if I can make $20 an hour, we've wasted $10 per 30 minutes of a show. So, gang, there's only so much interesting things on TV. And I know you're exhausted from your first job. I get it. I'm the expert of a side hustle. I've had a side hustle for 29 years. It'll be 30 years in February. I've sold Mary Kay this whole time. I look good for 82, but 30 years come February. So I understand the side hustle. Every Monday night for years, I would just sit down and make 10 phone calls. Nowadays, it's texting. And last night, I texted out for an hour and a half. Now, there are shorter ways to do this, but I texted for an hour and a half to 59 people just to tell them about, hey, I'm about to place an order and there's these cool products. And I actually got like 5 orders back from that. 1 in 10. It is so interesting. 1 in 10 is my ratio. I know it's almost 60, but I hadn't talked to some of these people in forever. So imagine what can you cut? And then you'll have your little seed to start a business. Now let's talk about it. We're just wasting time watching television. And here's where we're wasting time. There are so many businesses that need help. There are so many entrepreneurs that need help. Everybody needs help. Now, my girlfriend, she runs she's a realtor. She's so amazing. She surpassed her annual goal in like July. and or sooner. I can't remember when that was when we talked. And she goes, "Yeah, I've got 6 deals." And she goes, "Oh shoot, I've overpaid for the wrong moving truck because I was just too busy to keep it straight." She needs help, but she doesn't want to pay somebody 40 hours a week. But she would love to pay somebody for 5 hours of work, 10 hours of work. So some of y'all mamas out there that are really good at organizing people and keeping the chaos to a minimum, you could really work there. Some of you are amazing at writing or design work, marketing. It's so funny. When I do a Canva design, I have to go, so needs some improvement. I need some zhuzhing in my work. And then there's some things that I just don't want to do. Like out of all the things I do, I don't have the bandwidth to do this one little thing, like editing my videos. Ugh, I don't edit my videos, by the way. You're welcome. But even putting the description in, that's just one thing I don't want to do. But I'm willing to pay $10 to, in turn, get that off my plate. Because I can make $20 an hour and sometimes $50 an hour. So let me spend the $10. But Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, go get on there and offer your skills. TaskRabbit, Handy, those are good for if you're a handyman. My husband was home for a week and broke a bunch of stuff. I was like, get out. You got to go back to work. Rover and Wag. Oh my goodness. Pet sitting, dog walking. If you want a free vacation, go be a pet sitter or a house sitter. And now don't be all druggy and weird and have a party over it. No. But if you want like this awesome vacation home to stay in, sometimes that is available through dog walking and they get paid very well. Thumbtack, it's for photography, coaching, catering. What is it that you have that you're gifted in? You can do gig work, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. I don't know what Amazon Flex is, something about package delivery on your own schedule. Amazon loves to hire 1099s. Okay. Then here's another one. Like you can join a direct sales company like Mary Kay or sell some kind of vitamins. And people, some of y'all are like, hey, I don't want to do that. I don't want to bother my friends. Blah, blah, blah. Good, don't. Ask your friends for introductions to other people. No, your friends don't want to buy anything from you, but they know other people. Your circle is maybe 50, maybe 100. I don't know you. My circle is about 200, but let's just say your circle is only 20. Each of those 20 people know another 20 that know another 20. So don't sell to your friends. Ask your friend who they know. Okay. And if you don't know what to say, there is so much stuff on YouTube you could watch and learn. Watching YouTube, getting educated on something is better use of your time than watching reruns on TV. I promise. Or just binge watching garbage. I had to turn off, or there was a new show that I saw and I'm like, well, I won't be watching this anymore. It was just, that's how it left me feel like, ugh, no thanks. And then some are just remote jobs that you can do. And if you look on LinkedIn or some of your search engines, look for contract, commission only, 1099. Do be careful when people text you and ask you if you want to work with them. There's a lot coming through WhatsApp. So there could be a scam where they ask for all your details and then they've just scammed you. So for sure, do your research. Ask around. Usually, though, when you sign up to, let's say you're going to sell Mary Kay, someone's going to go, oh, I don't like Mary Kay. It breaks me out. You can't let one person run you off. And those that are unwilling to get a side hustle are probably going to poop on your idea. So you just need to go, nobody likes poopy. Go away. Be careful on that one. Your Chamber of Commerce, go connect, let them know that you're available. And Facebook Marketplace, local colleges, libraries, realtors really need a lot of help. But are you willing to get up off your behind and go to work? Let's talk about resetting. At the end of your long day after your regular job, I take a 15-minute nap and it's glorious and I reset my brain. And sometimes I don't need a nap, but I'll just turn on some spa music and I'm just quiet my brain down, shut it down, take some deep breaths. In 15 minutes, you can be ready to reboot. All right. And then there's affiliate programs. Some of y'all are awesome salespeople that are getting it done. You know people, you're connected. Learn to become an affiliate. So I've been in the coaching space, and people are affiliates for all kinds of things. Like I would totally be an affiliate for Kerrygold butter, yummiest stuff ever. I would totally be an affiliate for Publix. Of course, they don't need it and they don't have that. But dang, I mean, those are my favorite brands. What else do I love? Now, some people like Spanx. No, thank you. I don't want to be squeezed all day. No, that's not my thing. Maybe you're into gym fitness or certain vitamins or nutritional products. Go for that. Just look at what these influencers are talking about. I can't believe the women that are on Instagram that are just putting on fashion. That's fantastic. If you've got a favorite boutique, say, can I please run your social media if that's what your gifting is? Okay. Now I also am with Synergy Financial. Do you know we have an affiliate program with that? Because it's people talking about, I just had a baby. Great. You might need some life insurance with living benefits. I just got married. Great. You might need life insurance with living benefits. Hey, I'm doing so good at my job, or I just upgraded. This was me from being a school teacher to being outside sales. Let me tell you, I was rich at that point in time. I could eat all the drive-through coffee I wanted, eat all the Chick-fil-A I wanted. I was rich compared to being a school teacher. I was so excited. I was like, I have money. I can fill up my tank with gas. Amazing. Well, I had extra money. What was I going to do with it? Roll it into a product that makes it grow. Let's get 8 to 14% growth versus 1% sitting at the bank. Okay, then you also have my friend sells 401ks. She needs introductions. The more I introduce, the more I get paid. My other friend sells AI for salespeople. The more I introduce, the more I get paid. So introductions, being willing to learn about something and just be a raving fan, you can get paid for that. So if you're a savvy salesperson already, or if you're connected with people, maybe you're around senior adults. And maybe you have your mom or dad is being taken care of by, I don't know, visiting angels. No, is that somebody? Yes, they are. Or somebody hospice. Why not say, hey, if I refer you out, can I get some free services? And if they say no, you might need to shop that around. Because if you have the gift of gab, use it. So one of my favorite kind of sermons I ever hear, and when I hear it, it doesn't matter who's preaching, I'm like, yes. But the question is, what is in your closet? What do you have already? It's the story about the woman with oil, and a prophet comes by, and God sent the prophet, and he says, what do you have? And she says, all I have is this little bit of oil, and my kid and I was gonna make us a biscuit, and we were gonna eat it and die. Okay, well, make me a biscuit first, which sounds ludicrous, but he did. Next thing you know, he goes, go get more jars, and they poured out all this oil, and the oil just kept running and running and running and running until she ran out of jars. So her capacity ran out, which is fine. But then she went and sold it, and then she lived with her son, and inheritance. So what do you have in your house that you're gifted to do with your hands? I'm gifted with my mouth to talk. What are you gifted with? Let's get it into action. And then what can you eliminate? Can you eliminate some waste in your life? Somebody was telling me they have bills that they can't afford, so they just put on their charge card, but they have so many other little things that are little expenses. There's no need for her to have charge cards. She's wasting money. Just my husband's like, why do you care? I'm like, because it bothers me. It just does. Because I want people to thrive and be in abundance. Because when you are thriving in abundance, you can give. Sunday that we were asking for people to take Angel Tree Kid, and it's $150 minimum it's not really Angel Tree, but it's something like that, a Christmas gift for a kid. Because of my side hustle, I can afford $150 for a kid. I'm excited about it because when you give, there's just that really is a seed when you give. So that just means you're planning more. doing things for this kid for his life. I mean, what if one of those kids didn't get anything? That just affirms they stink as a person and they're not worthy. And then what is that going to happen in society? It all ripples, it all affects. So I just want to encourage you, get a side hustle now. Don't wait till later. Now, if you email me, I have a document that will tell you like a checklist on like picking out your right side hustle. If you have any questions, if you need some connections, if you need to say, hey, this is my skill, who can I connect with? Just email me right there and I'll make you some recommendations. But you have gifts in you that others need that will make, when you help them, y'all thrive. And together we can do so many great things. So I want you to go be great, go be you, and get active with your side hustle today.